Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Today I am planning out the week of June 3rd through the 9th in my Caress Press inserts. My planner is from Aura Estelle and this week I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. This was a mystery from September of 2023 and it is very clearly like retro diner themed. As I mentioned in my kit lineup video, I didn't want to get into summer kits before my trip, so I just thought this was like the perfect ease into summer without it being specifically summer. And then I do have this bundle from Plan With Me Stickers monthly foil subscription and her doodles as well from the same month. I do PR for Plan With Me Stickers, so you can save 15% with Rosey15 and get my cutie freebie. Any other shops that I PR for will be linked down below. But let's just go ahead and get into this video. First things first, I am sick as I am filming this. I'm really hoping to not have to pause while doing this voiceover, but I might have to pause to either cough or blow my nose, which is really gross, I know, but that's just kind of been my week. I'm filming this voiceover on Saturday, August 10th, and I've been sick since Monday. So, you know. Unfortunately, or fortunately, with being sick since I haven't been working and I've needed to just like basically hang out in bed, I've caught up on all my editing, scripts, and anything I can do on my end to this point. So I just need, I'm waiting on my scripts for my trips to come in the mail, which my trips start the week after this one. So this might be the last Plan With Me until those come in. And I'm so excited to get those weeks done. That trip is just still, I can't believe it happened. It is unreal to me, but that's not the week we're on. We're on this week, the week before the trip. I will say this week I had a lot of anxiety leading up to the trip. It was 24 days, so there was a lot of, I had to make sure I had a lot of things ahead of time. And then this week too, I was watching I was finishing watching the Star Wars movies because I did want to go ahead and rewatch those before we went on this trip because I've mentioned it before. I don't even know how many times I've seen the Star Wars movies now, but for some reason, every time I watch them, it's like the first time. I just can't, like Harry Potter, right? And Lord of the Rings, I can recall so much from those films and tell you every nitty-gritty detail. Star Wars, it's just like a blank. Other than a few characters named, I don't know what my issue is with it, but I just have the hardest time. But I like Star Wars, so it's weird. And then every time I watch them, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all this. But when I'm not watching them, I can't remember. I have like amnesia. It's so bizarre. So yeah. And then this week too, instead of using all my favorite, doodles and stuff from RoseyPlans, I wanted to pull in as many of the Alicia Craft drop doodles that match this week. How many times can I say doodles in a sentence? And I think I managed to pull every single one of them in, which is exciting. And now that I'm looking at this spread, I don't think I used a single RoseyPlans sticker, which seems impossible. I think every single sticker on this spread is from either Plan With Me stickers or the foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co., except one on the sidebar, which is from an old sticker from Pumpkin Paper Co., which is weird. But I don't know if I've ever done a spread like that before. That's kind of exciting. Or at least exciting to me. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I probably should have pulled up some sort of Q&A. I will admit I've been in a bit of a planner slump, a planner funk, if you will. Not really inspired to order foil or to pull kits for the upcoming months. Not really feeling the love for planning I once did, and I feel I still love planning, but I'm just in a low point right now. And I know Cafe with Anna was just talking about that as well. I feel like it's been going around as well with a lot of, I don't know the word I want to use. A lot's been going on in the community, and I don't know if that's part of it or what, but yeah. It's just, I haven't been feeling the need or the craving to really plan. I don't know also if it's because I'm switching up how I've always done things. I used to always put the base down the week before and then kind of do Monday through Thursday as I just realized watching this that I didn't ever finish editing this first half of the video, so sorry for all the gaps in the space that I don't usually have, but I'm not going to fix it at this point in time. Because I can usually, live the week, and then sometimes I'll do Monday through Wednesday, on Thursday, and then I'll do the second half of the week, so I spend a lot of time in the weeks that I'm planning versus how I'm doing it now, where I'm waiting until the week's over to even lay down a base. If this week that I'm living, for example, was not my dad's birthday week, I would use a sick kit this week that I have. And I was never able to do that when I put things down ahead of time. And there's just certain benefits to doing it fully after the week has happened, because sometimes I would have, like I said, changed the theme of the spread and whatnot. So now I'm doing usually the base on Mondays, and then I'm trying to save the day by day for Thursday so I don't get burnout, and I still can space it out, but just kind of flip what days I usually plan. But I feel like once I put the base down, I'm well, I have time now, I might as well just get it done. So I get it done, and then I'm I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. The spreads don't feel as lived in then. They feel like an afterthought almost at this point. So maybe I'll flip back to the other way. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know what feels right or better. I just know right now I'm in a bit of a slump, although I did start pulling kits for fall, and fall's just always so hard for me because I feel like my birthday being in the beginning of October throws everything off always. It's just we get into September fall kits, and then there's my birthday, which I've sacrificed a lot for Halloween spooky spreads, but this year I am going to be using a birthday kit, which is very color-wise doesn't match, very random. And then it gets into Halloween, so I feel like my birthday just is always this week that just sticks out in my planner if I do a birthday spread. But if I don't, I feel like I'm not being fair to myself celebrating my birthday, and I don't know. There was that one Harry Potter set years ago that was birthday themed, and I liked that one. But it's just a hard balance being that time of year, and I'm sure anybody that's close to a holiday has the same feeling, although I feel like we get a lot of winter birthday kits and definitely spring and summer and anytime, but I feel like the fall, the more gem-toned season, the more rich, warmer colors are just really lacking in birthday kits and have been, and I've been screaming from my lungs that I want a fall birthday kit for years. So hopefully next year will be the year. Am I right? But Lucy is just sleeping next to me. So if you hear Lucy and Olivia, they are just existing, living their best lives. Olivia's been very aloof. She hasn't been wanting it to be social at all. She's been just loving hanging out in my gym at all times. If I forcibly go get her and bring her down, she will hang out with me for a little bit, but then she'll just eventually sneak her butt back upstairs. And it's just been funny at times since I've been back from my trip. I don't know if she's mad at me and realized she likes the alone time or what, but since I've been back from my trip, she has been a little bit distant. And, well, that's not true. The first week, she was very clingy, and since then, she's been a little bit distant. So I feel like she might be a little bit mad at me or avoiding me because she knows that I really want to give her a good grooming session. She got some knots, she got some tangles that I really want to get to, but she hates it. Or she could just be being a cat, who knows, because cats never do what you want them to, am I right? Also, I'm watching my video, and this whole me not doing anything on screen is absolutely killing me at this moment. So I apologize for not editing the rest of this base, but I was fully convinced by the time of this video being 23 minutes and 13 seconds that it was fully edited when I started this voiceover. I promise all the plan with me's from here on out are, but somehow this one must have just slipped through, which is weird because I am looking at iMovie, and I can see where I have edited, and at one point I just stopped editing through this base and gave up apparently, but then did the day by day, which is an odd choice. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I did decide to pull in the yellow for this kit. I just thought that pop of yellow is so fun and brings in a little bit of summer to this spread. There we are. Hello. I was probably looking for different headers because I didn't want to use the checkerboard ones since I use the underlays and they're the same size checkerboard. I don't like my underlays and glitter header overlays to be the same pattern. I feel like they blend in too much, so I just have these really old Scribble Prints Co. headers that I'm using in black foil, which I really like. Sometimes I forget how much or how pretty minimalistic foil can be. I know we're in this day and age of more is more, bring on all the foil, let's layer full underlays with funderlays, and let's just bougie it up, more is more age. But I've been doing some spreads recently with less foil and just using bundles, and it's really nice because it does really let the art shine. Not so much with this kit because the underlays are pretty overpowering, but I have been liking that more than I used to, or more than I feel like I have in months. And I feel like sometimes going back to our roots can feel really good. I've also been really enjoying core foils again, silvers and golds and hollows, not so much rose gold, but it's just been one of those things that this summer I've really gotten back into, and I've really been liking it. But don't get me wrong, I still love me some fun foils. It's just one of the moods I'm in, maybe because just using a bundle is easier, and in this slump, that's what I need to get me through. I don't really know. But that's where we're at. Here I'm just putting on the date numbers, which these were from the Plan With Me stickers bundle, and I love how retro that font is. I almost decided to match it with my scripts, but I went with a more whimsical route, and I love how it came out. And if I can find the font I use, I will of course have it linked in my description box down below. And then there was my panic of, oh my god, did I put the wrong dates on? I certainly hope not, because that is me every time I do a spread, always worried that I will somehow get the dates wrong or accidentally put the base down on the wrong week or something to that effect, which I feel like I did years and years ago in a really old Erin Condren, but I was able to catch it in time and peel everything up. But let me know down below, have you ever laid down an entire spread on the wrong week? What did you do? I'm just so curious. It is, like I said, one of my biggest planning fears. Yeah. So let's get into the day by day now that base was just super tedious. Moving into Monday, the 3rd, my dad and Tito came to visit, and my dad did the lawn, and I got to hang out with my Tito Noodle Brony Bandito, who I love so much. And then this day I did my glutes and hamstrings workout while watching The Last Jedi. This day I also started The Rise of Skywalker while playing some Dreamlight Valley, which is still very much in this obsession this week. And then I did some editing on my computer. I was, I think, trying to get videos up for my trip at this point. Moving into Tuesday the 4th, this morning, I woke up early and did my makeup before going into work. And then after work, I went tanning because I was trying to get a decent base before I left for my trip because I didn't want to fry. Then I did my chest, shoulders, and triceps workout. This day, I finished reading A Court of Mist and Fury. I tried rereading. I was trying to read the next book and just couldn't get into it, so I've taken a break from the series for now. I also took a bubble bath this day and then played some Dreamlight Valley. Moving into Wednesday, I started A Court of Wing and Ruin. Like I said, I've currently set it down. And then I did my makeup and I went to work. And then after work this day, I had a few errands to run, just some random things. I wanted to get some, things I needed for the trip and just, normal things. And then I FaceTimed somebody I'm no longer talking to, was potentially thinking about dating, and now it's never going to happen, which is great. And then I played some Dreamlight Valley. Here's the first half of my week, June 3rd through the 5th. And there's not really much of a wiggle here because it is black foil, but I just love something about black foil. It just makes such an impact. Moving into Thursday, the 6th, the first thing I put in was that Lucy got a shot. I had to take her to the vet, and she had to get a booster shot. She just perked up. Don't worry, honey, you're not going to the vet. And then my plan with me for Lumos went live this morning, and I wanted to use that cute little bubblegum machine. Then I did my glutes and quads workout. Then this day my dad came over. I don't really remember what he needed or why he came over this day. I mean, he did the lawn on Monday, so I don't remember. And then I played some Dreamlight Valley and did some laundry. Moving into Friday the 7th, it was payday, everybody's favorite day of the week. And then I did my makeup and went to work, pretty typical Friday. I really love how using these doodles just pulled everything together. I think it's so cute. This spread is one of the most over-themed spreads I've done in 2024. And I don't know, it is really cute. And then after work this day, I went tanning. I think that was my last time this week. And then I did my back and biceps workout. And can you guess what I played this night? It was Dreamlight Valley. And then I watched Fall Out Boy's, I don't even know what to call it. It was their show at Madison Square Garden Live. It was on Veeps. It premiered that night. It brought me right back to Tour Dust. I miss my boys so much. Moving into Saturday the 8th, I slept like crap. And then I went to go to a really early morning staff meeting. And I forgot my energy drink. And then I had my staff meeting, and then they kept talking about how good these bagels we were going to get, and I was so excited because bagels are a safe food. They all had meat on them. As a vegetarian, I couldn't then eat any of the bagels at breakfast, and I was just so annoyed. So then I went home because I had 2 or 3 hours, and I did my makeup, and then I went back to work for a full shift, and then I was just exhausted. Moving into Sunday the 9th, the first thing I wanted to mark was that it was 1 week until we left for our trip, which is insane. Now it's been over a month since we've been home. And then I did laundry. It was Sheet Sunday. I played some Dreamlight Valley. And then I did some more laundry. Apparently I missed a laundry script this week, looking back at it, which was fun. Then this day, my mom came over. She needed me to pin a few pants on her and stuff for the trip. and help me set up her iPad, which is what we did next. Which basically she needed help figuring out how to download like movies and stuff onto this iPad. And then we watched the NASCAR race, which was at Sonoma, which is not one of my favorite tracks, but we got her out of the way. And then Mom and I binged watched The Ugliest Houses in America. We love that show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend. We've also recently started the Zillow one, but we only watch those when we're together, so I haven't seen all the episodes of that yet. But, here's a close-up of the second half of the week, Thursday, June 6th through the 9th in my planner, and that is going to complete the day by day. Here I'm just flipping through my leftovers in the kit. Haven't done this in a while. If I'm more organized, I do like to do this to show you all what is left over. But reminder, this was a mystery kit, so there were some extra pages. And then here's what I had left over from the monthly sub foil bundle. And then how much I used from the doodles as well. Definitely had fun using all these. I'm glad I waited for all this to come in to do this spread. It was well worth the wait. And now we're going to get into the scripts that I formatted myself and Planna Hannah foiled for me, which I do PR for Hannah. You can save with Rosey15 and get my foiled freebie. I just think this font was super fun. It kind of reminded me of like Bewitched or something of that effect. I don't know. Let me know. I just lost my train of thought, you guys. This is what being sick gets me, and having to ramble for 20-something minutes and running out of stuff to talk about has done to me. So, yeah. I don't know what else could be left in this. I'm looking at how much footage I have left, and it looks like a lot more than I think it is. I'm such a mess. I'm sorry. I just really was motivated today to do this voiceover, and sometimes I'm like, no, just wait, and then I have to get it done, and I'm really not motivated, so I wanted to get it done while I had the energy. And that brings us to our final close-up. Just know that if you are struggling with your mental health, I am here for you. You are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you are loved. My DMs are open for you on Instagram. It is RoseyPlans like it is here. If you haven't, it would really help out me being a small part-time content creator if you gave this video a thumbs up and hit the red subscribe button down below. I hope you'll have a good morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.